Dadnarok reacts to Ted Lasso season 2 trailer. Came out today. This is Sean. Yeah, wait, which one's which? This is Sean.
This is Chris.
Hey, this kind of dropped out of nowhere. I knew they were filming season 2 and 3 back to back, thankfully, because we love this show. But I didn't know it was set to come out so soon. I guess I lost track of time.
Yeah, no, I was just sitting there and all of a sudden I'm scrolling through Facebook, and then boom, it said it released. I'm like, hold on, what? So I go on. At first thing is I check, like, I go to now YouTube, and I go to like the Apple site. I'm like, oh, there it was. I released an hour ago. I'm like,
Yeah.
sweet. I mean, I absolutely loved it. I know you did. We did a whole recap ourselves.
Right.
This may be an after show. Quite frankly, it's lining up right at the end of Loki. So Loki ends the week after that. This starts.
Yeah.
So it may be lining up perfect for the soccer head here. And then how much, we love Ted.
Yeah. Be sure to retweet our friend of the show, Jason Sudeikis.
There we go. We need to get him on. Yeah, exactly. But what do you say? Real quick. I mean, if you don't know already, we're Dadnarok. We like reacting to these type things. We do a whole bunch of pop culture things, trailers, nerd things. We enjoy it. If you like it, subscribe to it. Hit that bell button over on YouTube. It helps. Every little bit helps us. Every time you watch, every time you tell somebody, it goes a long way. But what do you say? Without any further ado, you want to go ahead and watch this trailer?
Barbecue sauce. Can you hear it?
Howdy, y'all.
Ted! What do you say to a cocktail, Coach Lasso?
Oh, the same thing I'd say to Diane Sawyer if she ever asked me out on a date. Yes, please.
Live from the dog track, it's Richmond with 8 straight ties.
How many more matches before you hit the panic button?
There's 2 buttons I never like hitting. That's panic and snooze. I don't care what our record is. It's all about believing that everything's going to work out in the end, exactly as it's supposed to. And isn't the idea of never give up one of the things we always talk about in sports? Shouldn't that apply to people too? It's a beautiful metaphor for many of life's journeys.
Getting some Queen on there.
Yeah, that's all. Maybe we should bring in a sports psychologist.
Write a little something for your first day of work.
I don't eat sugar.
Really? I never met someone that doesn't eat sugar. Only heard about them. They all live in this godless place called Santa Monica. You got a fever for the flavored little girl talk, don't you?
This chap I've been seeing, John.
Stamos?
No, his name's John Wingsnight.
Like at a sports bar? Like Monday night's wings night down at PJ Flats.
Would you please stop?
Rule number 1, even though it's called girl talk, sometimes it needs to be more like, girl, listen.
What's Ted doing?
Probably homesick. Closest thing you can find to a Dodge Ram.
Back home, if a team was playing poorly, we don't call them unlucky. What do we call them, Coach?
New York Jets.
Rough.
I hate the Jets.
That's funny.
Oh.
All right.
That did everything I wanted it to do to me. It just get me back in. Yeah, I want to see Richmond again.
Yeah.
I want to see Richmond FC. I want to see them play. I mean, 8 straight ties. You know what that is? That's improvement over last season.
Right. Yeah.
That's 8 straight decisions. That works. You're getting points. You're not losing.
I didn't see any Jamie. I didn't see any hotshot Jamie in the trailer.
I think that's planned. We didn't see any Roy either.
I saw Roy.
You seen Roy?
Yeah, Roy was in there. He was hanging out with the girlfriend that he got with. Yeah.
Keely.
Yeah, he was hanging out with her. I rewatched the first season of Ted Lasso recently, and just the story. I didn't forget, but it's just like it's very rewatchable.
Yeah.
Just the show, just the story of it, getting invested in the characters. I can't wait for season 2.
Yeah, I watched it once by myself. I mean, we did a recap of it.
Yeah.
And then I was telling Janessa, like, you got to watch this show. Just check it out. I mean, she's like, it's about soccer. He said yes and no at the exact same time.
Right.
There's very little soccer coverage in it. It's all about Ted and the growth and the team. And so you watch enough soccer with me that you can figure this out.
Yeah,
and
I can.
Sure enough, she loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched. I turned Christina onto it. She watched it, and we actually got Deanna to watch it too. So this whole house is a Ted Lasso house.
I want a Richmond FC shirt. I may look for one.
Yeah.
You know how like unique that would be. You walk around, you got one of these shirts on. I'm like, oh, Richmond.
That would be
if you find someone else that knows what you're talking, what the shirt is.
Yeah.
You live in the same world.
It looks like he's got a new antagonist here in the sports therapist or whatever, the sports psychologist. She doesn't seem too willing to go with Ted Lasso's charms.
She doesn't like sugar.
No. Godless place called Santa Monica.
Oh yeah. Oh man, that was fun. Oh, and the Jets reference. I deep down like despise the Jets.
Yeah.
And then hear him say, we called them the Jets back at home. Oh, yeah. That just made me so happy in a really a great way.
Do you think they'll introduce a new love interest for Ted now that he's officially divorced this season?
I think they'll leave it alone.
You think they will?
I think the whole purpose of this season is to go ahead and have them get promoted back into the Premier League.
Right.
And then following that, the third season, which has already been approved, I think they're going to win the Premier League. I think they're going to follow that same track.
Follow that line.
I can't remember the team that did it it's been about 5 years ago now, I think it was. Mm-hmm. They were just so big of a long shot. They went out and they won the Premier League. And I think they're following that same blueprint.
Well, I trust the showrunners to weave new narrative for this season too. Show kind of lives or dies by how it does in the second season. A lot of shows will have very impressive first seasons, but if it's going to have any longevity, and luckily they've already shot season 3, so they have an idea, they have an arc, and they know where they're going. And they did. Yeah, there's a plan. They did such a good job with the first season that man, I can't wait for the premiere.
Yeah, there was so much character growth in that first season that they did all the hard work successfully.
Yep.
So where they've set themselves up for nothing but success here in the second season, and hopefully that third season they'll stick the landing. So I don't know if there's going to be more than 3 seasons, but I'm holding out hope. But I almost hope there's not. I hope they actually go ahead and like we mentioned on the after show, the short 6-episode series gives you a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Right.
They don't have time to screw it up next season or the following season. So I'm kind of that mindset now.
True. Yeah. A lot of the times, as long as they have a plan for what they want to do ahead of time and they know how to end it and the story that they want to tell, if they want to tell that story in 4 or 5 seasons, then that's fine too. But I just don't like a lot of shows. I don't want to see a decline in quality because I like these characters too much.
Exactly. Yeah. You don't want to grow to dislike Ted.
Right. But we're not there yet. We're just starting season 2. So, we're definitely both on board. We'll probably do an after show on it. Once again, if you guys don't know, we're Dadnarok. We have a YouTube channel. We have all kinds of links to, Twitch, Twitter, and we have a website, dadnarok.com. If you want to learn more about what we do an after show for Falcon and Winter Soldier currently every Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern. We do that live. And if you guys haven't watched the first season of Ted Lasso, I strongly suggest checking it out. Get your subscription, pay Apple $5 so you can watch Ted Lasso. Very worth it.
Absolutely. Yes. So, know what we'll say right about now? Be curious.
Here you go. See ya.